Hello! The purpose of this video is to walk you through how to use some of the more buried features of Viewbase so that you can actually generate views of something that is facing in the other direction, basically. So you can generate a view that is looking at the back of a flat or at the top or at the side, kind of whatever you want to, and then that will become your parent view. So to do that, I just have a show file here from some past show. This was it's not really a stud wall, it was like a doorway flat that also had to support the load of a platform that was above it, which is why it's made out of 2x4s instead of 1x. We don't need to be extra here. And let me show you how to plate this from a rear view. So I'm going to select the thing that I want to plate. I'm going to start my Viewbase command. Model space example, yes. I'm going to double check that I'm in an appropriate scale. And then before I start to click to place this, I'm going to take a look for the view that I want. And I think the view that I want is the back view. So I want to see the back of this flat. And I click on that, and now I'm seeing the back of this flat. And this has become my parent view. Lovely. We love it. Great. Okay. So that's really quick and easy, and it is by far the fastest way to do this. And I'm going to make a couple of adjustments though. Number one is that this drawing, its purpose is not really for scale. For whatever reason, Viewbase doesn't generate this in actual scale. It's actually a little bit too big. So instead of doing that, I usually just shrink it because it's not there to pull dimensions. It's there to show the visual context of the visual representation of the three-dimensional shape. So I'm going to put it in 3/8. No, too big. I'm going to take it to 1/4. Great. And now it like fits nice and easy with the rest of it. I'm also going to double click on it and change the hidden line setting to just visible lines so that it looks like the three-dimensional thing as much as possible. And there we go. There we have it. So that's the view, the ISO view, and then I have my projected views here, my orthogonal projected views. Really quick and easy. Recapping how to do that. Start in model space, select the things that you want to view, start your Viewbase command, go to your sheet. Before you start clicking on anything, select the view that you want to use. You could also do, let's say you want the top view to be the parent view for some reason. There's that. I can place that. Place this one, and then place, this here. I don't know why you would do that for this particular flat. In fact, I think you wouldn't do that for this particular flat, but it is useful on some level, I suppose. So that is how you change the view or the perspective from which you're viewing something that you have put somewhere in your architecture. Great. The other thing that will be useful to talk about is how do you deal with things that are not plated or not drawn in line with the UCS. So if I look at this, and actually I'm going to go ahead and unfreeze or unisolate everything else, you can see the rest of the structure that was holding this. This isn't just a floating thing. There's a wall here that this was also attached to that was also load bearing. You can see here that my UCS is oriented relative to, north, south, east, west, whatever, and that wall is not. It is not oriented in a useful or an easy way, but there is something that we can do about it. I'm going to isolate this just so that it's a little bit more clear what I'm doing. In the process of drawing this, I moved my UCS and I created a bunch of named views so that I could get views of things that I was going to be doing on a pretty regular basis. So in this situation, I'm going to click Stare Front so that it gives me the top view. And you'll notice that when I did that, my UCS has changed and that this unit here is now parallel to my x-axis. The last thing I do before I try to plate it, is I'm going to click on the top view so that I'm in this orientation. And now I'm going to make sure that I don't rotate or pan around my view. Once I'm in the view, my view cube is completely flat like that. I'm going to go ahead and start my Viewbase command, model space, example, and my computer is going to maybe have a little bit of a fit, although no, I can sort of see something there. I'm going to tell it to use the current view instead of some other view. And then I'm going to put it into a scale that makes sense. Let's go 1/2 inch. And my computer is still having a little bit of a fit. Like it says that it's putting it over there. It's not really. So I'm just going to click here where I think it should go. And we might have to move it in a minute, and that's okay. So I'm going to create my views. Oh, it is totally going to make me do that thing. Oh, that's so annoying. Look how far away I put it. Why would you do that? But even with me having to move everything, I think my computer's having a fit because I'm recording. It's just asking it to do a lot for this sad, sad video card. So you can see here that I have that view on my plate generated the way that I need it to be. Something to note about this, and this is like another thing in Viewbase that can be useful. These hidden lines are not visible as hidden lines because of the scale. They're just too small. And there are a couple of different ways that I can deal with that. If I open properties, I can change. Actually, it's not going to let me change it there. That's interesting. Well, I'll do it this way. This is the manual way to do it. I'm going to change my LT scale, that stands for line type scale. And I'm going to change it until I can see my hidden lines. So I just changed it to 0.5, and look at that. I now have hidden lines in that view. If we're being completely honest about how I would plate this view is adding absolutely no information that I don't have very clearly from here. So I probably would just delete that view. It's not helpful. Same thing here. This view is not telling me anything that I don't know from here, other than this is made out of a 2x4, but I can communicate that through a note. So I'm going to communicate that through a note, and this is what I'm going to plate. So to recap how we did that, go back to your model. I'm going to put this back in, normal top view. And there we can see that I don't actually have access to see that. Whoops. I'm going to go to stare front, which is going to move my UCS around, and then I'm going to navigate so that I can see the top in the correct orientation. And by the top, I actually mean the front, in the correct orientation. Select the thing to be plated, start Viewbase, go to your paper space. I'm going to change it to current. I'm going to change this to something reasonable, and then I'm going to, let me do this, plate, 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 plate. I do not know why it's putting all that stuff so far away. I do think it's to do with the video card being overwhelmed. Oh my goodness, there's 3 of them. I can get rid of those 2. And there you go. There are the views that you need to use without having to create multiples of the same structure. Do let me know if you have questions. Oh, you know what I should do first? I should show you how to do that named UCS. Actually, I'm going to do that in a different video. If you have any questions, let me know. We can figure it out. Have a good one. Laura out.